Hey, so just think of it like this, that you need to make a bunch of bubbles. So you're just defining a bubble class, right? And within that, first you put a constructor. So there you can give like your x, your y, and your r, which is your radius, right? And then one sec, I'll just see it here exactly. Yeah, I just wanted to check the syntax. So here now I'll say that this dot x. So now this, whenever you put this dot function, it typically is like a temporary value that gets pulled into that particular array. So this dot x. So don't think about it much, but like just I think you were already looking at some kind of um, right. So now basically this can, if I anytime I make a bubble, x, y, and radius can be given. But once the bubble is um, defined, it still needs to be shown. So what is it that's happening there? One sec. Uh, I don't have to do bubble. I can just do directly. कहाँ गया? So now I can say in the show, I'll say that I want fill to be red, and I want the ellipse to be this, oops, this dot x, this dot y, and this dot r, right? So now I can say bubble 1, suppose, equals to bubble 1 equals to new bubble, and then here I'll just put this, I'll put it as 200 240, right? And here I'll say bubble 1 dot show. So I have defined it only once in the setup, and then I'm doing the show here. So hopefully this will work. Okay, the syntax error on line 12. Okay, let me check this syntax. Class bubble. Okay. Or maybe I don't need the sorry. Okay, I don't need the extra brackets there. So right, so now suppose I did bubble 1 in the center, and then I mean this is how we normally do it manually, right? Bubble 2, I say I want it to be at 100 or maybe 50 even, right? And then again I just do bubble 2 dot show. Right? So what this is going to do now, that every time I define a bubble, I can now just make it an array, right? So if I just instead say here equals to empty array, I'll remove this, right? Now you are calling the array to the class called bubble. Okay, so what this will do is I will say that I want a for loop I equals 0 and I should be less than 30, I plus plus. That means that I have 30 bubbles that I'm trying to call. So I'll say bubble I, right? Because I have to call some number in this empty array. So I'm calling this I here. And then here, obviously if I do 200, they'll all pile up on each other, right? So I needed to have a y value, x value, and a y value at least, right? So here I could say the x, for the x value I could say Now I could use, now here I've used xy. I'm repeating this. You shouldn't do it ideally to keep yourself sane. But here I could say I, which is basically what we are using, into say 30, and let the y value still be like 200 for us, for example. So this basically means that first it will be at 30, first it will be at 0, then it will be 1 into 30, so that means it will be at 30, then the second one will be 2 at whatever, so slowly it will move forward, right? So what we'll do here now, but now how do we show this? We've created the array, but it still needs to be shown. So you make another for loop here, and now we already know that the bubble, we've put 30 here, and we may change this. So all I need to do is bubble dot length, and then I'll add I plus plus again, right? And then here I will, remember we did bubble dot show, but now we know that bubble is an array, right? One mosquito here. So I'll just do bubble square bracket I dot show. So now you can see that it's showing across. So the reason this is used is so that you never have to change these values. Now, if we did it with function, we still have to do some hera-fairy here. But here it's just basically defining one circle, and then you can do whatever you want with that circle. So similarly, now if I want to add a movement, so again I do move, I make that function inside it, and then in that I can say that suppose this dot x equals to x plus random between, which is what Schiffman is doing, right? 4 and minus 4. Okay, so here again I'll have to say bubble I dot move, and then dot show. Okay, so I hope this works. Oh, it's run off somewhere. Let's see what's the issue. Okay, this has to be this dot x. So now again you see normally how we do x. Sometimes you may have observed that we do x equals to x plus 1, right? So similarly that's what we've done here, that this dot x equals to this dot x plus random between 1 and minus 1. So that's it. That's all you need to do.